that they both will talk about it, but it was really impressive in regards to how they can let you know how many businesses were collected. It was a whole bunch, and the buzz was amazing. I thought it was a really phenomenal event, and I look forward to hearing more. I hope you guys have some stats for us tonight. I attended the Pinal County Town Hall, the Let's Be Civil, Promoting Positive Communication, which, I wish we could have several of those types of presentations throughout our city, throughout our county, throughout our state. It's just so important these days to understand how to communicate and yet disagree, but do it everything in a positive manner. So that was really worthy of going to and attending as well. And then I know the mayor will talk about his state of the city. That was a phenomenal event. So Saturday, this one I'm really excited about, Councilmember Wade and myself provided a cancer survivor caregiver luncheon. And we've received lots and lots of really great comments from the way that the survivors and caregivers felt supported. And we're really proud of that, but what's really cool to me, and I don't know, Councilmember Wade, if you'll agree with this, I'm sure you will, just the specialness in all of the partnerships that took place for that event to go off. And so let me just say real quickly, Councilmember Wade was my partner. We had a planning committee of Becky and Rich Check and Leanne and Lloyd Clark and Gail Randolph and County Supervisor Anthony Smith. Our Maricopa High School DECA Club came out and were basically serving all of these survivors and caregivers. Harris provided all the food. The Harris Heroes served the food up for the kids to be able to pass out and serve. We had 4 youth council members there. Our Copper Sky staff, oh my gosh, Nathan, I just can't thank them enough. They had it all perfectly set up the way Councilmember Wade asked them to do. They were phenomenal in doing that for us, and we couldn't have succeeded without them. Victor Moreno Photography, Demetrius Seabrook Sound System, and 13 businesses donated to the gift bags. So look at all of that in terms of partnerships and the way Maricopa behaves. And I tell you, it is something to be proud of, and it was really a great way to honor cancer survivors and caregivers. And then I attended a game night, and so I want to thank the police and the fire. They were phenomenal. They came to the game night that was in my community, and our residents were so thankful to hear from our police chief, to be speaking person to person with our police staff, and then also with our fires. And of course, the kids loved the ladder truck, chief, loved the ladder. In fact, the police officers were like, "Why does no one want to come see my car?" So it was pretty funny. The truck got all of the attention. And then just this morning, I attended the MAG Economic Development Committee meeting. And Denise, were you on the call? Okay, so if you want to talk about, I don't know if Maricopa has an interest in attending the trip to Mexico, but maybe something that we want to talk about in regards to is their value added there. And so that's it. It was a crazy couple weeks, but I loved every minute of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Vice Mayor.
Thanks, Mayor. Thanks for mentioning the speed networking reception. Henry and I partnered with PNG, Power Networking Group, and we hosted a speed networking reception here on the 17th of October. We had over 100 people registered. I think the end total was somewhere around 70, 75 people. It was truly speed networking. You got 30 seconds to do an elevator pitch to the person across from you, and then you just kept rotating through the crowd. We had several very positive comments. One person came up to us and said, not only did I get about 9 leads, I have 3 appointments with new clients as a result of this. Another person who's been a Maricopa business supporter for years said this is probably the best networking reception I've been to in a while. We had nothing but positive comments. I just want to thank Pat Larson, Moisha Klein, and Councilmember Wade for helping me to put this together. And also a big thank you to Denise Earhart and Economic Development. They were there to support economic development and information, and also to Robert Mathias there to talk about business licenses. On the 22nd, I was very pleased to attend an employee appreciation lunch here at City Hall, hosted by City Manager Horst. You guys know that we have had a large turnover in city managers in the past. I think we've got a game changer here. His message was very positive. It was very inspiring. We had a lot of folks come in, and I think you're going to see some really good things in the future of Maricopa going forward. And if that wasn't enough for the week, another highlight was Wednesday night, and I won't steal a lot of your thunder, Mayor, but who else but the mayor could pull off a Back to the Future themed State of the City address here, complete with all the props and all the costumes and all the characters you could imagine. On the 26th of October, myself and Councilmember Smith and Arnold Jackson hosted the last game night at Copper Sky for this year. We're averaging about 49 people every month, which is up from last year. If you haven't had the chance to attend, it's the last Friday of every month from January through October from 6:30 to 9 p.m. at Copper Sky. Come, socialize, meet new people, play new games, learn new games, and just have fun. We have snacks, we have beverages. And it's just a really great way to meet new neighbors. We've gotten a lot of new faces this year, and people have had a really good time. And then on Saturday, I was very privileged to accompany police and fire and Councilwoman Gussie for a while to 9 different game events throughout the city. This is getting Arizona involved in neighborhoods. And I want to thank everybody in the police department, the fire department, and all the folks in the neighborhoods who stepped up to do what they did. A lot of them were connected with block watch committees that they're either trying to get started or continuing and trying to grow. Others were just community awareness, get to know your neighbors, come out and just learn about your community, learn about your city. So that's it for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Great. Yes, Councilmember Wade.
Thank you, and my 2 co-conspirators have already given you an idea on how we did on those 2 events, so I won't go over that again. But just to say that it was a pleasure working with both Vice Mayor and Councilmember Smith on the different activities, and the buzz that Councilmember Smith talks about was palatable in every one of the activities that we were participating in. People were excited about being there. They were excited about being included. I told Councilmember Smith in terms of the luncheon, the survivor and caregiver luncheon, that she gave me the fun part, so that I got a chance to give people stuff. And so when you give people stuff, they are always happy to see you and ready to see you come in the room. So it was quite an exhibit. It was very good to spend time with the caregivers and survivors, as I am a survivor myself. And one of the exercises that we did is we created chains based on how many years you have been a survivor or a caregiver, and my chain was 23 runs long, so 23 years of being cancer-free. And so, thank you. And I appreciated that and appreciated the exercise. And I do have to give kudos to the 2 youth council members that dressed up as the Incredibles. That was the theme, the Incredibles. And they were incredible. They took pictures with everyone. They played the role, particularly the young man. He really stayed in character, the entire time he was there, so it was really a good time. And hats off to young people who will do that. Will come to and participate in something like that, even though it may not necessarily be the coolest thing around, but they certainly showed a lot of effort into it. So, and then finally, I just have to, we do a lot of things. When I say we, I have to mention my partner, Gail Randolph. She is always right there, right next to me, right next to us whenever there's something to be done. So I can't go without thanking her and all the things that she does to help me, to be a good council person and support the community. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I really did enjoy the Back to the Future, by the way. That was a lot of fun. I told the mayor I was going to steal the car. He says, well, it's not mine.
Go right ahead.
So, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember. Anyone else at this time like to speak? All right, seeing no one, we'll go ahead and move on. Thank you, council members, for your participation and for your participation in the community. Appreciate it. That takes us to item 3.3. This is the mayor and city council shall discuss and provide direction on the disposition of assessor's parcel number 501-29-0150. This parcel is located in Hidden Valley Estates, lot 15, unit 7, recorded in the official records of Pinal County, Arizona, in cabinet 9, slide 46. In other words, we own a piece of property we didn't know we owned, and someone's going to tell us about it and what to do with it. Thank you.
How's this? Better? Mayor, Council, this piece of property was brought to my attention by the former fire chief, Mr. Pierce. And when he told me about it, I checked with Eddie, who is our historian, and Eddie said that we sold that a long time ago. Well, in passing, it turns out that we didn't. And we have 1.1 acres way, way, way down south, and it's actually there. We verified it. It's part of the city property, and that's the story. Apparently, the district had it a long time ago, and when they became a department, it transferred over to the city. It's been sitting there ever since.
So can I ask a legal, interesting question here? Just trying to think outside the box, and I'm pretty much sure I know the answer already, but if we hold on to that piece of property, does that mean that that's technically inside the city limits? Is that a little city piece of the city limits, and so therefore you could annex out from around that as the foothold? I'm sure you're going to tell me no, but I thought I'd ask.
Mr. Mayor, that's a nice try. The city actually can hold property outside the city limits of the city.
Just thought I'd ask. I knew the answer, but thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so do you have a recommendation as to what you think we should do with it, or you're just letting us know we have it?
I don't think I could even find it. But no, we have no use for it.
Okay.
Unless-
All right. City manager?
Recommendations for the city council to surplus the property, allow us to sell it, and use the receipts to benefit fire department needs.
Okay. Council, any columns, discussions, other interest in using that piece of property for something else? Nothing? Okay. I think we're all in agreement that that's a good idea. So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, that completes our agenda for the work session. Council, we need to move to E-session. Can I have a motion to move to E-session, please?
Second.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. We'll adjourn to E-session and return shortly.